Ja, op een politieke meeting liep ik op tegen de kreet Mumia Jabal. En dat schijnt een man te zijn die in Amerika gevangen zit. Daar is veel om te doen. Men noemt dat een politieke gevangene. Iemand die dus in Amerika gevangen zit op de smoes dat hij iets met politieagenten gedaan zou hebben. Hij zit in een dodencel, daar zit er al een hele tijd. Maar hij beschouwt zichzelf als politieke gevangene en is heel actief. We praten met... What's your name?
Tally.
Tally, where are you from?
I'm from Canada.
From Canada. And can you tell me a little bit more about this Mumia?
Yeah, Mumia Jabal is a political prisoner who's been condemned to death for the supposed killing of a police officer. But many people in the world want a new trial for Mumia Jabal and his freedom, because he did not receive a fair trial, and he was a very outspoken political activist against police brutality and state repression. And many people believe that he is innocent.
He was framed or something like that.
Innocent of the crime and did not receive a fair trial.
Now, he was a political journalist before, but I've understood that since he has been in jail, he has written many articles and pleaded his case in the case of say repression in the world.
Yeah, he does still write from his prison cell, and he's written 3 books from prison, and yeah, he's still an outspoken critic of the state, even though he is in the prison. And it makes his situation in prison even worse, because before people were allowed to videotape him and tape him, and now because he's so outspoken about state repression and other kinds of oppression, then new rules have been introduced in the prison so that no one can come in with video cameras and interview him and things like that.
Even more isolation. Now, it must have been like 4 years ago that I was in the States and I've seen demonstration. And at that time there was the fear that he would be executed very soon, but he's still not executed.
No. In 1995, a death warrant was signed and he came within 10 days of being executed. Yeah, many people believe, because there was so much mobilization around the world, that there was enough pressure put on the government to put a stay on his execution. Now, last October, there was another death warrant signed by the Governor Ridge of Pennsylvania, but we were successful in getting another stay of execution. And right now, his case is going before a federal judge, Federal Judge Jan, and this judge has the power to grant a new trial for Mumia, either with evidence or without evidence, and so now we're waiting for that day, his first day in federal court. The federal judge has received all the letters from the defense and from the prosecution, and he can call at any time a day in court. And Mumia goes.
Do you think that the choice for either Bush or Gore will make a difference in that respect?
Yeah, I don't know. Both presidential candidates are pro death penalty. So so I'm not sure how much impact either. I mean. Yeah,
Bush is known to be as a governor to have signed many deaths.
Bush has signed more death warrants than any other governor in U.S. history, I think, and has overseen more executions than any other governor. So, yeah, it's certainly, for me personally, I think that I think Bush is more dangerous for Mumia than, say, Gore, but neither one is against the death penalty.
Try to explain to me why Mumia became a symbol of the struggle. I mean, anti-racism in the States was the fight of Martin Luther King, stuff like that. We're now in the next century. Why is this man still a symbol?
Well, he's a symbol because he's a political prisoner, because they used his political beliefs and his membership in the Black Panther Party as a teenager for an argument to argue for the death penalty. So the reason he was condemned to death were because of his political views and not necessarily because he was supposedly killed this police officer. So that's one. He's a political prisoner, so he's a symbol because he's an outspoken political activist. And he's also a symbol because he received a very unjust, unfair trial, and there was 29 documented violations of his constitutional rights. So he's a symbol of the sort of a justice system that is no longer a justice system, but something else. And he's a symbol because he's black, and this happens most often to people who are black or poor. And whether you get a fair trial in the United States doesn't depend on whether you're about getting a fair trial. It depends on how much money you have. How much.
What the color of your skin is.
Yeah, it's not just the color of your skin. It does have a lot to do with economics. And if you can't, if you're white.
He's still that symbol, and many. Hundreds of thousands of people have demonstrated. I've seen many myself in demonstrations in the States. And so this is still an issue. And his name is Mumia Jabal.
Yeah.
Okay. And if you see that name on the street, it means something. It's not just someone who's going to be executed, but someone who, as you understand, stands for the basic constitutional rights. En dat betekent dus dat deze man eigenlijk symbool is van de aantasting van de constitutionele rechten, van de grondwettelijke rechten van mensen die worden gearresteerd en de manier waarop ze behandeld worden en het bewijs wordt verkregen. En daar gaat het om in dit geval. Hij is eigenlijk tot zondebok gemaakt in een heel proces waarbij de politie hem de schuld gaf omdat hij een politiek activist was en een journalist. Thank you for
Yeah, I have one more thing to say. Is that okay? Yeah.
The website or?
No. Yeah, we have a website. But the next most important day for Mumia Abu Jamal is his first day at federal court. And that's been called Day X or Dag X. And we want people around the world to gather on Day X to show the U.S. government.
As soon as that is known, that day will be announced as Day X. And we can find it on website where?
www.accessforall.nl/tildetank/spg/Mumia.
Let me do that. www.accessforall.nl _, en dan tilde, zo'n haakje, tank, T-A-N-K, _ SPG, Mumia, NL, _ mumianl.htm. Nou, thank you for explaining this.
Ja, alsjeblieft.